Okay, example 1 for Math 7 4-3. So again, I'm just going to follow through those steps for success because that's why they're there, and that's going to help me out here. So step 1 is doing any distribution. I can see in this example 1 that I do need to distribute that -3, that's not just a 3, that -3 to both pieces inside those parentheses. I'm also going to start with my typical drawing my line down the equal sign so I can keep that balance. Okay, so I'm going to start that simplifying process. -3 times 2x is a -6x. And -3 times -5, that negative belongs to that 5, or that minus sign belongs to or is attached to that 5, gives me a positive 15 equals 57. Okay, step 2 tells me to isolate the x term. So the piece that has the x, that would be the -6x, right? That's the x term. So what's preventing that from being by itself? That would be that 15. The opposite or the inverse operation of a plus 15 or a positive 15 is a -15 or a -15. So we're going to minus 15 from both sides. My -6x gets to carry down because that's not doing anything with that, right? -15 and -6x are not like terms, so I can't combine those, so we just can't do anything there. Equals, because here then, sorry, I skipped this, positive 15 minus 15, those cancel out to be 0. -6x plus 0 is just -6x, right? That's the whole point of using those inverse operation to get those pieces to cancel out on that side. So 57 minus 15, and again, use your calculator, guys. 5, and that's 2, and that's 4. And last but not least, isolate the variable. So what's preventing x from being alone? That would be the -6. What operation's going on between the -6 and the x? I don't see anything, so that means it's multiplication. The opposite of multiplication would be division, so I'm going to divide both sides by -6. -6x divided by -6, those 6's cancel out, -6's cancel out, and I'm left with x equals 42 divided by -6 is a -7. And then, I guess the fourth step for success that I forgot to put in there would be to check yourself. Check yourself. Boom. Yeah. Okay, sorry, that was not really embarrassing. All right, so let's do the check. So remember, steps for check. I did not copy and paste them over here, which I probably should, but you can always look back to 4-1 or 4-2. They have those steps for checking in either one. So we're going to rewrite that original equation, put the variable with parentheses instead, fill in our answer, and then use those order of operations. So let's give it a go. So rewriting my problem, -3 parentheses 2x minus 5 parentheses equals 57. And doing that again, but replacing my variable with some empty parentheses, so then I can go back in and fill in -7. So now order of operations, or good old GEMS. G for groupings. I do have things grouped together here, so I'm going to start inside these parentheses. Inside the parentheses, I have multiplication and subtraction. Multiplication comes before subtraction, so we're going to start with the 2 times the -7 to get -14, and everything else is going to carry down exactly as it was. Still working inside those parentheses. -14 minus 5 more is going to be a -19. Yep. And then 3 times 19, I don't really want to do that in my head. -3 times -19 is a positive 57. Now notice, guys, how I know it's supposed to be equal to 57, but if I'm just making the assumption that it's equal, I'm really not checking to see if my math was correct. So don't just cheat that Actually make sure you're doing the math in the calculator to make sure that it works out.